Hello and welcome back to CarbonCraft on the new Gondwanaland server. I am Dan Bear Pig, leader of the Carbon Liberation Front. And you might notice that things look a little bit different today, and there are a couple of reasons for that. The first and most obvious is I have OptiFine. It's technically a pre-release, but it seems to be working pretty well with only a few minor exceptions, which means I've got the shaders back, and things are looking great. However, there are some changes you might see in this temporary house, and today we're going to see just how temporary it is. I've got some different wood types here, and the reason is I think that while I was AFK, it got struck by lightning, and this house actually burned down. And my roommate over there, he succumbed to a zombie. So Mendo is gone. I'll need a new Mendo, a new villager for mending books. You can see outside the window there's one of the issues with the current shaders in OptiFine, and that's some Z fighting on the banners, which is really distracting, so I might not use banners for a while until that's fixed. But there are a couple other things I'd like to do today. We left off last episode, which was unfortunately plagued with some audio issues that I hopefully have sorted out, with Muffin Protector on the top of the carbon footprint score. And I have a plan to take care of that in this episode, because one of the other things that I can do now that I have OptiFine, I can use the ReplayMod again. The first target, there's a situation out here. Something I found in my mines. Let's use OptiFine zoom here. I have been busy off camera. So that goes, as you might guess, all the way to the build limit. That is over 6,500 blocks, most of it coal. So I think we can reclaim the top slot with no problems. And over here, I want to show this off. This is a work in progress that I'm actually, I think, going to take down and do it in a different way. This is the very first item sorter I have ever built, and it was a lot easier than I anticipated it to be. The redstone was not that bad. Really, it's just this here for each of the item sorters, and up at the top of this tower here, there is an item distributor using hoppers. So what I've got here is an attempt at some headframe mining. So all of the stuff comes out of the mine and on a minecart up this track and is released right there, where it is sorted into those crates. I think a lot better in survival mode than I do in creative mode on things like this, which is why I've built it here. It works great, but there is not a lot of room in here for storage. So I think what I want to do is actually move the item sorting somewhere else, and then have things transported into here and have this be, I like it cramped like this, but I want it to be all storage. This is kind of based on storage at some actual mines that I've worked at in real life. So it tends to be cramped and jam-packed with samples. Some of these shadows are a little bit odd too. That actually looks kind of cool, but it's wrong. But I've got everything in here. Sand, dirt, cobblestone. We got diorite, andesite, granite, yep, and gravel, plenty of gravel. All of this back here is dedicated to stone, which is pretty full. It was actually full up to here before, but I did a lot of terraforming and used a ton of it. So, but we're going to need a ton of storage, and I need to account for some of these ores as well. What I want to do instead is make this look a little bit less like a church. And I'm going to reroute this minecart track so that it goes underground. All the sorting happens underground, and then bubble columns bring it up into the storage area, and I'll have it skinnier and longer, a lot more like an actual storage shack at a mine. So that's all that's going to be left here, and even it's going to get torn down and rebuilt. Soon, this will all be actually gone, like I've been promising from day one, and we'll have room to build the mining town. Let's get started. And it's done. That was basically the most satisfying thing ever. But my success is incredibly short-lived because after doing that, I had to take care of some other things, and it's a couple days later now, and already, look what's happened. 10,000. She just had to do it. I'm at 9812, so close to 10,000, and for a brief couple days, I was top of the leaderboard again. It's not a total waste though, because look at all the loot I got from that pile. So much stuff, including more than 5 stacks of diamonds. So basically I'm super rich. I still have plenty to do, and there's a lot more, and in fact, it's going to be easier than ever for me to get my carbon footprint up, because guess how she did it? It's really me. I should get the credit, because I have made a huge upgrade to the carbon footprint data pack. One of the biggest weaknesses is that it couldn't account for if you were pulling things out of a furnace or blast furnace, etc., with a hopper. But I've solved that. And in fact, I have a temporary kind of a debug mode. Let me enable that. There we go. And take a look at this. We've got particles. Every one of these furnaces that has particles in front of it is registered to a player. And these ones are registered to me because I'm the one that placed it. Now I've turned that back off. And let me show you what happens when I place a furnace. First, let's take out the coal and place this here. There's a flash and a click, and that's how I know that this has successfully been registered. Sometimes it fails, and that's why I have that feedback. What happens is if I am looking at a furnace that I just placed, an invisible armor stand goes and teleports to it, and it registers it as mine. If anyone out there is really great with commands and knows how to improve the detection of this, if I'm at a weird angle like this, sometimes it passes through it and doesn't find it, and I've got something that'll kill those so that they don't cause any lag. But I am open to suggestions, but this works very well. And so instead of having to pull the products out myself and it registers my score then, it just counts. It just counts how many items get smelted by this furnace here, regardless of how they're taken out. Which means I can set up an auto smelter and not worry about missing out on carbon footprint score. And that, I guarantee, is how Muffin Protector has done this. But I'm not going to make it here. Nope, it is time to tear down the rest of this base so that I can start moving. All right, next morning, and it's time to show off something else. If you'll recall previously, I had mentioned that these guys were special, but I didn't really say why. These are part of a data pack I've been working on called Creeper Guard, and they protect from the most annoying mob in the game. Not the villagers, actually, the creepers. Because no matter how careful you are about lighting up your build, one will get in and blow up all of your redstone. But this guy is a creeper guard. And let me show you what happens if a creeper appears. For the sake of demonstration, I'm going to go into creative mode briefly, get myself a creeper spawn egg. Even if I wasn't about to tear down this base, this would be completely safe. Watch this. Yep, he's gone. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. I've got 4 of these strategically placed to protect all of this area from creepers. And I can place one right here on this beehive. And did you see that? Laser beam. This I could do all freaking day. Hey cows. Hey cows. Oh, and there's a cat. Hey cows. You have no reason to fear creepers. I could do this for other mobs, but honestly, creepers are the only ones that I feel strongly enough about protecting a build from. And in fact, it doesn't just laser them, just in case the lasers miss and they have to shoot again, it actually disables their explosions. Too much fun. All right, let's get rid of this and get out of cheat mode. Another thing I've implemented on this server is a timekeeper data pack that I call the atomic clock. Let's see, how much have I got here now? The loot. Oh yes. Okay, this is essential for registering those furnaces for my carbon footprint data pack. And I am not just a citizen of this server, I am the dictator. Every new player that logs in is issued an ID card, and if they lose it, I can issue them a new one. I'll probably charge them a fee because I am the government. And later, we'll have more uses for these, but you can see there my ID number, 1001. They start there and count up, and every furnace that I place is registered to that number so that I am the only one who gets credited for the carbon footprint. And even better, in solving the issue with the hoppers, I have also destroyed that campfire. Note to self, don't break a campfire if you're still holding the fortune pickaxe that you just used to take down the loot pile. But take two, here we go. It even works with campfires. Boom. I can cook whatever I want on there, and it will count towards my carbon footprint. Fantastic. And when I break them, it destroys the marker armor stand, so it doesn't cause unneeded lag. It's very light on the server, at least so far. What isn't light on the server is 200 sheeps and cows. Yup, I am causing lag for everybody. But I have to take this down anyway, so let's start here. All right, there we go. And normally I would leave a few to breed back up, but since I'm tearing all of this down, I'm going to catch some more over there where I'm moving to. And here, that cat gave me a head. This cow gave me a head and a cow mask as well, and 2 light gray sheep. And you thought I was done talking about upgrades to my data packs? Well, let me toot my horn a little bit more here. I've made a big upgrade to this as well. Let's head on to the spawn area. Oh, I still need to take that down. All right, that's coming down this episode too. It's, only 6 months after Christmas. That's honestly pretty much par for the course for me. Okay. Check this out here. This is a mob head shrine. And once again, invisible armor stand magic. Now, I actually built all of this in survival mode, but this here is based on the functions in my data pack. So previously, if I were to take a head and accidentally place it, and then I pick it up, that doesn't stack with this anymore. Yep, most of the NBT data is gone, but it retains some, and I overhauled every single head so that it will properly maintain these names. And now, if I happen to place one for decoration or accidentally, especially if I place a really good one that has some bonuses, I can just put it here. And look at that. It's fixed, and they stack again. Cow mask? Oh, crap. I placed it. Nope. And you'll notice it follows to watch me. That's great. And it's fixed again. So if I get something... Oh, there we go. Accidentally clicked on that. Perfect. Ah! Well, that's odd. Looks like maybe there's still some bugs to work out. Well, I'll work on that later. All right, back here again, and here are all the heads that I have collected since upgrading this data pack. So I'm gonna just pop these all in here. That one, if I check again, yep, it popped off. So I'm gonna have to figure out why it did this. The NBT tags must be in the wrong order. Oh, and this is one that I did accidentally place, so I'll have to go fix that one as well. But what I'm going to do, you might think this is pretty drastic, and it is. I'm gonna get rid of all of this. All of it. Not my own head, not my toilet paper, but everything else. Here we go, right into the lava. Untold riches, 27 cow heads. Hey, I'm busy here. Take that. Did I get anything from him? Nope. Okay, so there are still some bugs with the shaders. That spider is real goofy, and actually that's a whole lot creepier than normal. But check this out, this is perfect. See that creeper over there by my loot? Come here, creeper. You don't know what's about to happen. Yeah. That's never gonna get old. I'm gonna keep that one though. That one is special. In fact, if I put that on now, let's see, is there anything nearby that'll show this working? I should have done this before I killed that spider. Nope, the spider despawned, so I'll have to go to my spider farm. I can't believe I actually did that. All those heads that I've been collecting, and now they are gone. Okay, as soon as the spider spawns, you'll see the spider senses activate. Oh, it's not working because of the shaders. Oh, that's sad. Okay, video settings, shaders, off. There we go. Look at that. Spidey senses working like magic. With this, I can detect spiders up to, I don't know, 32 blocks away, I think. You know, might be useful. It's fun anyway. I hope that they fix this issue with the glowing effect and the shaders, because that would be a shame if it doesn't work with shaders. Oh well. So what else have we got? There's the creeper guard. Oh yeah, the atomic clock. And I do have a cache system implemented, but nothing uses it yet. But here is our official motto: Liberate carbones, pascite arbores. Our own Victorium came up with that slogan. He and I worked that out, and he is good with languages and helped out with the Latin for that. And that means free carbon, feed trees. And now, the last, I think, data pack that I'm going to show off real quick. If I add this tag to myself, a clock shows up. And this keeps time according to the actual Minecraft day, and if someone sleeps, or if someone happens to run a command that either starts or stops the daylight cycle, or adds or subtracts time from it, it's still compatible. It'll still work. It'll sync to the actual time of day. And at midnight, it'll reset to 0 and count out a 20-minute day-night cycle. I'm pretty proud of that one. That one was a lot of fun and will allow me to do a whole lot more with things like random numbers and scheduling events for other data packs in the future. Enough rambling about data packs. Time to turn the shaders back on and tear down this entire base. I'll see you when that's done. And there you have it. You can see right there behind me, that is all the stuff that I have packed up, and I'm going to move it to my new home off camera. These chests closer to me, where the storage shed used to be, are going to stay here as they are part of the mine, which is also going to stay here. So they will get a new storage shack, and as I described before, I'm going to bury underground all the sorting, all the mechanisms, and put up here something that looks a whole lot like a regular mine, as much as is reasonable in Minecraft. And those villagers, I'm also going to move them off camera because they are going to be a real pain. So their prison is still there for now. So last thing, let's check out where I'm going. Ow. Oh, I said I was going to take that down. I will do that off camera too. We've had plenty in this episode, plenty of time lapses, etc. And you may have even noticed in the end of that last time lapse, the banners had stopped flickering. That's because there was an update to OptiFine while I was working on this, and so I updated to the latest pre-release in which they have fixed that bug. So yeah, right there, that's where I'm building the spawn castle. This is all going to be a town. I'm going for something that looks kind of like it was made in the medieval era, but has been lived in a long time, and now it's the modern era. And we're going to end with a nice sunset here. And I am going to move all of that storage stuff here. It's going to take forever, but I'll spare you that. And this is my new home. At least while I'm working on this, I'm going to move into this village and, repopulate it since everybody died. Speaking of all those data packs, though, I had a really great response to the Wandering Toilet Paper Salesman one. Over 150 people have downloaded that. So if you're one of those and you're enjoying that, let me know. There is a lot more to come. And if you've enjoyed this video, which took a lot of work, please leave a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.